So this question starts off by letting us know that y is greater than 4x and y is less than negative x. So practically a system of inequalities here. The question goes on to say, when graphed in the xy plane, what point xy is a solution to the given system of inequalities? Well, I could graph this, but I think an easier way would just be to use plug-in answers. Here's how. In fact, I'm going to do both. So let's graph it first because maybe that's easier. Who knows? I'm going to graph it really quickly. So I'm going to have my graph. Y is greater than 4x. Well, I'm always thinking of y equals mx plus b when I'm graphing lines. I don't have a plus b in either of these cases, which means my y-intercept is actually at the origin. It's like b. It's as if b were 0. And then 4 is in the place of m, so that means my slope is 4. So I'm going up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the right once, so my point is there. I have this dashed line here. And since y is greater than, it represents all points to the left of here. Now for the second equation, again, my y-intercept, I'll use green, must be 0. So go there. And this time my slope is negative 1. So I go down 1, right 1. So I'm here. So this graph would look like this. And its y is less than that, so we're down here. So the only place where we have overlap is in this region here. All of this is where the overlap is. So this is where all the solutions to this system of equations would be, or system of inequalities. So is the point 1, 1 in this blue region that I'm scrabbling here? No, it's not, so A is out. Is the point negative 2 in that blue region? Yes, it is. So therefore, B has to be the right answer. But let's also check the others. Is the point 3, negative 3 in that area? 2, 3. I'm assuming it's not, right? So that's not there. And then negative 4, positive 4. Also, I'm assuming it's not. It's going to be too high. So D is gone. Negative 2 is like definitely in there. It's like around there or so. So that's why I like that answer. But you can imagine, right? Like because I don't have graph paper, I haven't graphed this perfectly. You might not be so certain about C and D, and that's where the math method to solving this, actually using the answers, can give you some more certainty. So, for instance, we're going to just check B because I know that's the right answer from the graph. But let's just confirm it using plug-in answers, and that'll give you a sense of how you could have answered the entire question without having a graph at all. So choice B tells us that x equals negative 2 and y equals negative 2. So we're going to plug those numbers into our inequalities and just see, well, is it true? Are the statements true when I plug them in? So if I plug a negative 2 in here, I get negative 8. Y is negative 2. Is it true that negative 2 is greater than negative 8? Yes, it is, right? So that worked there. How about here? Is it true that negative 2 is less than? So I'd have a negative 2 here. So that becomes a positive 2. Is it true that negative 2 is less than positive 2? Yes, that's also true. And that's why choice B is the right answer. So you could plug in answers from the start and just plug, try choice A, B, C, B would work. So just really try it in choice A and B. Or if you prefer to graph like I do sometimes, you can draw this graph and see a visual